Hi guys, Clifford François Lalonde once again from the island of Seychelles. I want to bring a few points, not very long, forward. It's been 3 years since I have come out as an atheist, and I've met many God believers and have many debates on social media, interview on SBC and Seychelles. Okay, but today I want to address Mr. Servina. 3 years ago, when I came on the scene, I asked you to bring evidence that Allah exists and is the one true God, the only one true God, and all the rest are false, all the rest are inventions from the imaginations of man. Okay, and that Muhammad is his messenger. Therefore, the Koran is the true message of Allah, and there's no mistake, no errors in the Koran. But I have brought different points before that you did not answer. I don't know why you do this, but you always divert to, like when I tell you about one thing, you started talking about this one thing, but then you bring more than one, three or four other subjects that in themselves they are other topics on their own, and it will take a lot of time, and to write it takes a lot of time. That's why I like to make videos sometimes, and I encourage you, Mr. Buanas, to make a video rebuttal or debunk or refutation. It will be easier. You can come with all your sources and all your evidence, and you can point forward, and I can counter back as well later on, and it will be a good dialogue and debate for the unbelievers out there and also believers out there, so people can have a better field, level field, where they can make a better decisions about God, spirituality, life on earth, and so and so. Okay, so first of all, I ask you to bring evidence that God, because for you in Arabic, God, Allah means God. Allah is not the name of God, right? If I'm wrong, please correct me. When you say Allah, you meaning God, right? So Allah is the one true being that created the universe and everything that we surround us, is responsible for all the good and all the bad. He's in control, he will defeat shaitan, and so and so and so. Okay, this is what Islam in a nutshell is saying, and you are saying. So please, Mr. Buanas, bring proof and evidence that this being, this God, this spirit, this mind that you say really exists. And how do you know that this being, how did you yourself, Mr. Buanas, become convinced that this being is real and exists? Out of the thousands of beings and gods out there being believed on, being worshipped by other religion and even pagan religion out there. Okay, I'm waiting on you, because I am not satisfied personally with what the majority of you God believers gave me on Facebook and social media. Your main evidence is that the universe and life, the planets, the sun, and your body, Mr. Clifford Lalonde, your eyes, the DNA. We do ruqya, we cast out evil spirits. But my friends, this is trivial, this is vague. It doesn't prove your particular religion, your particular God is real and exists and is the one true. Because all other religions around the world, they give the same excuse as evidence for their God. But it is not evidence, it is excuse, it is assumptions. You assume because science don't know how really the singularity became into existence, how the singularity expanded to form the universe over thousands and millions of years. So, according to your logic, it must be God that did it. Okay, but prove that God exists in the first place. Prove how you yourself are convinced that a God exists and a God is the one that did it. Because, frankly, it is dishonest, because there are many hypotheses out there, there are many theories, and scientific hypothesis, alternatives about the beginning and existence of the universe. Just type on the Facebook and Google, you will see the many ideology and beliefs, and the majority of them, including yours, is not validated, is not proven. It's simply a hypothesis, it's simply an assumption. But we cannot say that first of all a being, a God exists and is the one that created everything. Okay? Because the word God itself is defined. God is a being. God has attributes. God has characters. God is the creator. He's all perfect, all knowing, all powerful. That is what you say. That is what your theology claims. God is. So with all those attributed characteristics and powers and so to God, God is being scrutinized, searched, and questioned according to these identification marks. And if this kind of being exists, as I told you before, the universe and life and earth and nature will be a very different place. Okay? But please, Mr. Abuanas, bring me evidence of Allah. Bring me evidence for the existence of your God. Don't bring me evidence of existence. Existence is existence. We know we exist. We know the universe exists. We know everything around us is there. But we know how it was formed, but we don't know what caused the singularity to expand, and what caused the singularity, and how come it was possible in the first place. That is what we don't know. And for what we scientifically and naturally know right now, there is no need for being to make the universe possible. There could be many other explanations. So we cannot say it is God until we have proof that it is God. Because if one day science discovered that everything is a big mental mechanism or something that is not a being, but is not something, our human mind is difficult to understand, but it is not a being, but something else. What would you do? Would you call a mechanism God? Would you call a law or system God? Because right there you will be making the definition of God null. Because that is one issue I have with you God believers on your spectrum. You all talk about one God, but all of you, the interpretation and meaning of God is different. Okay? That's why there is many religions in the world. Who is right and who is wrong there? Can they all be right? No, but they can all be wrong. Okay? Secondly, I have the issue of where I ask you. The Koran says that if one mistake is found in it, that is proof is not from Allah. And Muslims brag about this. You brag about Islam being the one true religion and Muhammad the messenger of God. Okay? But Abuanas, how do you know that Muhammad really saw Allah? How do you know that all these things written in the Quran really is true? Okay? You need to be able to bring evidence and proof for what you are claiming, my friend. You are selling a product. It is your responsibility, it is your burden of proof to advertise this product, to market this product, and within that marketing you have to show how this product really works. That is not a fake, that it really works, and it works the way you said it works. But you have been getting many difficulties to do that, Mr. Abuanas. I'm waiting for you, and I want you to explain to me, if the Quran is the word of God, and Allah is the one true God, and it is the one guiding Muslims throughout history until now, and even guiding you, how come Allah is mistaken about the identity of Jesus Christ, which is found in the New Testament? How come Islam and Allah accepts Jesus as the Messiah being awaited by the Jews in the Torah, in the book that he himself sent to the Jews? How come? When we, based on evidence within the Torah and within the New Testament, we know that Jesus Christ is not the Messiah, is not the awaited prophet and Messiah being sent by God. Okay, for so many reasons, because prophecy speaks for itself. Prophecy is how God, so you say, sent his message through his prophet. Okay, so a prophecy about the Messiah, many of it is found in the Torah. And when you analyze it, they give you the indications, the characteristics, the identity, and what this person will do. And when you compare this with what Jesus is said to have done in the New Testament, you see that it doesn't fulfill this prophecy. And one major nail in your coffin, Mr. Bonas, and in Islam is, like I told you before, if Jesus Christ was born by miraculous intervention and not by human intercourse, Jesus Christ right there is being disqualified as the Messiah being awaited by the Jews for the simple reason the prophecy, the Messianic prophecy, claims that the Messiah will be the descendant of King David. But when the child is born miraculously without sexual intervention, it ceases to become a descendant of any bloodline. Because it was born by miracle, by intervention of God. There was no fusion, there was no mixing of DNA and blood. There was no sexual intercourse where the child will inherit the blood of his father, which is the descendant of King David. So, this disqualifies Jesus as being the Messiah. How come you Muslim, Islam and Allah is totally blinded on this? Okay? So, if you did not see this, and you still accept Jesus as the Messiah, this gives me the indication that it's more probable that Allah is not the true God, is not guiding Islam, and Islam is false and man-made. The ball is for you to play, my friend. Bully down Karim Shabanas. I'm waiting for you, but I want you to address each of these topics one by one that I'm pointing in front of you about the existence of Allah. One, make your point, present it, explain it, bring your evidence. Second, talk about how, if, like I told you, if Islam is really from Allah and is the religion of God, how come Allah and his messenger did not see that Jesus Christ is not the real Messiah being awaited by the Jews? A poser une question là, Mr. Banas. Même la Bible, même l'Ancien Testament, il reconnaît qu'il y a des Juifs qui refusent d'accepter Jésus comme la Messie. Est-ce qu'il sait pas monter au bout du pété tiens un bout chapel Jésus d'Aban l'état, à continuer d'abou qui peut venir dire de Messiah de Aban l'état. Même tacticos Joseph c'est cause là qui beaucoup il misunderstand pour dire il peut cause a real miracle worker, wonderful person, spiritual person, Jesus Christ of the Bible, which is not. Could be a historical Jesus somewhere, qui peut claim pour dire lead the Messiah, but that does not make him the Messiah. Okay? So, explain this to me, Mr. Abuanas. Okay? And thirdly, the splitting of the moon. If this really did happen, okay, there would have been countless or recently discovered, recorded information of this event in other cultures throughout history that testify and attest to this. But there is no written record of such event ever happening or occurring.